Where on earth doth thine snow go? Welcome back to the worm. Let's do some kitchening, shall we? We got a pretty solid start on this here floor. I think we just decided we might need like 2 more trees to mill up, finish this off. Once that's together, we start going up. We start doing countertops, all that fun stuff. And I think we decided we're gonna go for these cedars right here. Oh yes. Now it's all coming back to me. We used the broken off half of this tree for something already. That's probably what's on the floor. We're gonna take the other half of that, but it has to follow that direction. Look at that freaking snaggle of stuff in the way. We might have to take down these little tiny trees here. They're dead. Well, mostly dead. Yeah, 2 of them don't even have tops on them. Get those out of here in order to knock this one down. It's nice that there was a huge down tree out here. Yeah, it looks like even though it was 3-4 years ago, I still didn't clean up the mess back here. And we used that, I think, for the framing of the deer castle. So that was a long time ago. Except for my mess, which I will clean up. But we've got a nice clear area here to drop trees. This one that we're taking down just to get out of the way does have maybe a couple of 8-foot logs in it. Not super big around, but we'll get some good lumber out of that. The bottom of that thing's pretty beefy. That's probably, geez, at least 20 inches, maybe 22 or something diameter down there. But I bet it's all garbage. It's not till you get way up there that we're gonna get any logs. Let's see how far the split goes. It's kind of a discoloration, but yep, all the way down to the bottom. I'm gonna save as many of those. Well, I always save the straightest cedar branches, any kind of branches, to chip. And I might need a lot of wood chips soon. May need to make some kind of a small play area for some kind of animal. I don't know for sure yet. I'll probably find out tomorrow. So by the end of this video, we'll know if we need some kind of a little penned-in area or not. You know what I didn't think of? I usually use this stuff for kindling. But these are all the edges of the boards that I ripped to make the flooring there. This stuff would all chip really nicely. I mean, there's not a lot of mass to it, but it's perfectly straight. We'll save that. Tito may or may not be up in the next couple days, so if he does come up, we'll probably start a fire to cook some of the official grill meat of ringworm, the pork steak. I don't know if he's planning on starting back up with his cabin or not. I mean, time will tell. You know what I just thought of? We finally get to use some more this new log hauling tool. It's the log ox. I think this might save my back in big ways. I think I got this out and played with it a little bit a few videos back when we were doing the framing on the kitchen, but I haven't had the opportunity to put it through its paces. I'm only going to take the handle and the claw, not the foot, for the jack. I don't really use that much unless you're cutting up a bunch of firewood or something, but we're going to give it a go. I hate to say it or do it, but I gotta clean all that crap up before I can even get started. I don't know why I'm having a hard time getting motivated. This is the equivalent of building stairs on a whatever I'm working on. Like, you get excited to work on the project, but you gotta do this other really stupid thing before you can do the part you want. Cleanup is the worst. Did it stall? This saw never stalls. This my podcast is really loud in my ears right now. This saw never stalls, but it hasn't been used much lately. Needs its exercise. Number 3. There we go. Looks a lot better, right? Pretty nice and cleaned up. I have to put a golf course in this area, like some putt-putt or something. Over the years, I keep thinking about the possibility of doing some kind of off-road croquet course out here. Maybe make some giant mallets and some really big wickets and use, like, I don't know, a soccer ball or something. Seems like it'd be fun. All right, 2 left, and they're the 2 that we want. This one's leaned quite hard that way, and it's got to go yada way. I think we can maybe get it to go back here. I think it's going to get hung up in this little thing, but that's all right. This is a solid tree, and it's not gigantic, so nothing crazy is going to happen. The other one doesn't have a solid base, so when you cut it, I don't know. You make your cuts, you get it moving, you get out of the way, and just see what happens. A wiser man would stop and sharpen their saw, but very, very busy. Yeah, that's just going to plow right into that tree. Instead of going there, I'm going to go right there and just see what happens. Obviously there's some punk in there. Hopefully it'll taper out by the time we get, I'm hoping right there there's a little crook in it, and then the rest will be good logs. Before we carry on, 2 things. It's 2 days later, so that thing I kind of alluded to, went and did it yesterday. It's happening. I'll probably want to stay tuned for a few weeks and see what happens. Also, number 2 of 2, Tito's here this weekend, and he's going to go start working on his cabin again. He's been busy with life and work, but now that the days are longer and his schedule's kind of sorted out, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know if anybody remembers. I think the last thing that got done on his cabin, well, we got the floor, he got the floor frame and the flooring on there, and then he started ripping up or milling up some aspen, a big aspen tree that's just back the other side of the cabin, right next to the shower, kind of. And that wood's been sitting out stacked all winter long, so a lot of it's super warped. He's just going to go rip it into 2x4s, see if he gets anything. If not, I got a fire going, we'll get rid of it. Dinosaurs are back. Not completely sure they know what month it is. Seems a little early. Let's get these logs out of here and cut the big one down. Oh, who parked the 4-wheeler 6 inches too far away? Dang, that's gonna get caught on that stump. Freaking great, man. Wow. Oh, God bless America. Did you walk all the way down here to do that?
I can't hear anything.
Okay, well, I'm glad you came down.
I found this in the woods.
That looks like a tubie. There's a lot of nice blue lines on it. What are you gonna do with that? You turn it into a guitar?
Just gonna replant it. Hope it grows more. It's a good one.
Yeah, that'll build the cabin. You only need, is it 2 to a cabin or 3 to a cabin?
I just nail it to the side, right in the middle.
Put a large male button-down shirt pulled over the top like an umbrella.
Yeah, that's that.
Okay. Well,
all done.
Good job.
I'm hungry.
It's good to have a little comic relief out here in the forest. Get used to being alone. That, what's it called? I keep forgetting the name of it. Log monster, lumber upper, log ox. Freaking way better than this for picking up probably 6 to, I don't know what that is, maybe 16 or 18 or something. Way better and great for dragging logs. But what this is good for, if you do this for day in and day out, it's all the bending over that gets you, even if you're not picking up anything heavy. Like picking these up all day long, which the ox won't do. I think I'll still be using both of these things. But sure, it's a lot better using the log ox when you're trying to get like a pull strap underneath a log or something, rather than sticking this in and trying to find something to grab on to pick the log up. It's good to have more than one tool, I suppose. In the off chance that there's any good wood in this 6 or 8 feet, I want to cut this as low as possible. This bar is nowhere near long enough to get through there. I could go grab the big chainsaw, the 661, but it's always, you know, clamped into the mill and got a milling chain on it and everything. It's not worth it for a couple of cuts. More than anything, I just hope that I'm almost positive it is going to go that way, and that there'll be enough holding wood to get it, you know, to do what I ask it to do. Definitely got a big old rot spot there, so probably, ooh, yeah, it's gonna be all junk. It's also kind of creepy. The whole thing looks like it's leaned all the way back. Of course, as you go up, it twists and goes the other direction. Just hit a soft spot. Let's just cut it, make it fall. Look at that. How crazy is that? Should we try a sandwich? Oh, there it goes. Wasn't even touching it, it was just moving the camera. Holy Moses. That sucker's got some bugs. There's even some roots in here. Wonder what that is growing. Some seeds or something, I bet, landed up in this. Got washed through there with the rain, and it's something sprouting trying to grow at the bottom. Well, bummer. That's a lot of junk wood at the bottom. I guess we'll stack it, use it for firewood later on. He didn't even know I was coming, and he's playing air guitar on a 2x4. What a whack job. There's something seriously wrong with you.
I can't hear anything. I've been doing this right here for about 45 minutes.
I know, I keep peeking up here and you're just Just came to see if you need another fill up.
Fill up?
Some gasohol and oiline. Want some? Yeah, okay.
Look at how pretty that is.
Ooh, that is nice. Just colored, but that's solid.
Yeah.
Dang, you made some good work on that pile. Where's your tubies?
I have them in a very specific order.
Yes, you do.
Specific.
Yeah, some of those are wild looking. I still think someday I'll make a hardwood floor out of this and I won't walk on it. Like I'll actually plane it, dry it, plane it, and then varnish it, because some of that stuff is so cool looking. The snow cloud finally arrived. It's only supposed to go on for a few hours, but I think it's going to get a little thick. Just going to pack the tools in here, put the tarp on it, go have a look at things in the cabin. Maybe make some cheese dip out in the snow, I don't know. We didn't get quite as many logs out of those 2 trees as I thought I was going to. I mean, it's not bad. It'll definitely finish the floor, but I don't know. I think I thought some of these were going to be more gianter. Little ones like this are barely worth milling up, but we'll get a couple boards out of them. Our fire is still burning from last night. Tito's not working on his stuff today. He thinks he's going to just hang out by the fire. I think he must have forgot that 25 feet away I'm going to be milling. I guess he could sit by the fire with earplugs in, but that is going to be seriously deafening otherwise. It's right on the verge of frozen. A little ice crystally. Man, like one more day and this would just fall off of here. Nope. Turns out he's this much smarter than he looks. He's like, oh, you're gonna run the big mill? I'm out of here. Those of you that find that monkey entertaining in the videos will be glad to know that apparently he's going to be up here 3 days a week all summer long. Actually, maybe starting next week or something. So he'll be around. I apologize, and you're welcome. Done so much milling since I've lived out here that if I go a month or two without doing it, it feels like I've never done this before. It's so weird. Some might even say I've done it a little too much. Some might even say they've had to watch it a little bit too much. And I think there's some truth in that. This is the bottom log just up above the break in that tree, and it still has a tiny rotty spot in one end, but I think most of the lumber is going to be good. Geez, even this first slab I can probably get 2 1-inch boards out of. I just had a little remembrance. Something I thought of a while back and I never set it up yet. I'll show you. If you're going to use the winch on the mill, you got to have something to attach to at the other end. I get it started in the log so the mill stays right there, and then pull the winch out and then winch through. Something about like this. Just so it sits there. Then you unspool this guy. With this mill, it doesn't really matter quite so much, or this winch rather, how high or low this is. It doesn't have to be right in line, but this is only set up like this because it's how I did it like the first time. I just needed something to tie off, so I put a strap on here. So you loosen this, you slide it down a little bit, you slide it up a little bit. With the smaller mill and the 261 saw, you guys know instead of a purpose-built winch, this is from Granberg as well. The other one I just put on like a boat winch, and it doesn't have this little hole right here to guide the string through. So you can see if this is up a little high or a little bit low, it still feeds through there all the same. And it's really no problem at all to scoot that strap up and down, but I had an idea. If I could find this thing, I think it's in here on the workbench. You guys have probably seen it. Yep, that's the guy right there. I'm just gonna screw this to the tree, and then you can clip it off, the winch off, wherever you want to. Just get rid of this thing. Seems like a quite obvious thing to do. Obvious things only take me 3 to 4 years to figure out. That is going to be great, provided my carabiners actually fit in here. This one definitely will. I can't remember what's on the other mill. But who would use a small mill if you got a giant one? It would make sense for me to take the time to actually like prime and paint this, but we're busy. We're always too busy. Let's see here. How doth you work? Come on. What the heck? Oh, there's almost no bad spot. That's just terrific. This is one use I've been looking forward to trying this thing out. It is hard to lift those logs up. Maybe not these, they're not so big, but having a good handle. Oh, and you even got a second handle down on there, maybe. Or maybe that'll just drop the log. Oh, so much easier. We've got these extra holes here for the pins for the extension, or is it, I think maybe it's the log jack. It'd be kind of cool to put another handle on there. That'd be way easier to lift from there. Yeah, it's still a way better handle than that pickaroon. I just had a thought. This might be way too much for this kind of video. There's a thing called chirality, which is like handedness. Think of it like with a screw or something. It has a certain chirality. All the threads go in one direction, you know, so that you always go righty-tighty and put it in. Like DNA has a chirality. It's always one direction, never goes the other way. I've never paid attention. I wonder if cedars have a specific chirality. Have you've wondered that too? I haven't paid attention because I don't distinguish between putting the fat side of the log that way or that way, but you definitely, when you're peeling it, they almost never peel straight down the middle. Like you'll peel along and it falls off the side. I know, you're just here for the chainsaws and the outdoors, not the science lessons. But here's another really interesting one I think I remember reading about. Sucrose, table sugar, has a chirality. It's always one direction. If they could make it in the other direction, the cells in your body wouldn't be able to use it. Like you might still put it in your mouth and it tastes sweet, but it wouldn't rot your teeth out or give you the diabetes. God, you guys got to be really glad you just learned all that, aren't you? Especially because I probably got all that information in a dream. You might want to check up, see if any of that's actually true. Follow the grain of the bark. See how much it already rolled off? What's that? 5 feet, and it's a quarter twist. Okay, so the fat end's towards you. It's right-handed from this perspective. Did anybody catch my mental blunder there a minute ago? It doesn't matter which way you turn the log, it's still going to go the same direction. This one's curving off to the right, turn the log around, still going to curve off to the right. I think that these always curve off that side. Somebody wants to real quick just go through and watch all my videos and just check it out and see, let us know. If you drank 32 pots of coffee and did a bunch of speed, you could probably get through them all in maybe like 5 days or something. You got 5 days, what are you doing? You're just sitting there. Come on, help the team out. Last one. It took some serious muscle to get this thing up here, but you know, I didn't want to film it because I didn't want to make you feel bad about how weak you are. Actually, I was kind of afraid I was going to crap my pants and I didn't want to do it on film. Is it proof that I'm no spring chicken anymore for calling this film, getting it on film? Ugh, if it's not, the fact that I just used spring chicken to refer to myself that's some old stuff right there. Gross. Turns out that last big log was mostly rotten, so I got, I don't know which sticks. I think I got 2 boards out of it and then some half skis. But I do believe that's enough to finish the floor there. I was just thinking that I had planned, not really a plan, but I thought I was going to build a roof next on half of this. I don't think that's necessary. I think we're going to do the countertops first. I think the sooner I get them on there, I mean, we have to find the lumber, make the wood, put the countertops on, build all that crap, but the sooner I get it on there, the sooner it'll dry out. I'd like to have all summer for it to dry. Might have to keep like a tarp on it or something. But that's going to be really fun to do. That's the part I'm most looking forward to, so shortly. Oop, somebody didn't plane the corner of that off. I always got to plane the end of the board where the chainsaw comes out because it's always coming up or down or something. You can seldom make it perfect. That one too. Somebody was sleeping on the job. I thought I saw a bear coming at me or something big out of the corner of my eye. I can't believe that just happened, but I wish I'd have seen it. Check it out. I got the trailer parked in a pretty serious hole here, and the four-wheeler was hooked up, so I didn't even think to set the parking brake. Where is the four-wheeler exactly? How freaking crazy is that? I guess it wouldn't really have hurt it all that much if it rolled over. It wasn't like it was going 200 miles an hour or anything. I was just going to say recently that I was really hesitant to buy a new four-wheeler, but I use it for everything out here. So what was it, a year or two ago I bought this thing? I've had zero problems with it. All I've done is change the oil and fill the gas up. Starts every time, runs every time, cold weather, doesn't matter. This is a problem. The parking brake doesn't set itself. I guess that's the kind of thing a normal person wouldn't put in their videos, but I don't know, I think it's funny. Looks like I finally got my teeter-totter without having to build it. Ooh. How do I get it in reverse? I can't lean on that side. Woo! I can't reach the pedal. Wow, it's so close to rolling over. Guess we'll just put this back in the lumber store. See if anything's, oh yeah, some bugs living under there. Something's waking up. It's not a lot of cedar leftovers, but geez, we still have a pretty good chunk of pine which is great because we're going to need some big long ones for the roof on this thing, for the rafters. Look how much that lumber on the left has weathered in 1 week. Can you see the difference in color? Even if I wanted to finish one of the cedar floors out here, or any kind of floor out here, I don't think I could keep up with the climate. I mean, you can, in direct sunlight, you can put a couple boards on, go eat lunch, come back, and the next 2 boards don't even match it. All right, we got a couple on here that we kind of have to fix. I don't want to be too particular about this because that's not how I roll, but there are a couple of toe stubbers. I don't know if you can see this one's sticking up, but that's just because it's not, none of them are nailed down yet. But like look at this board. I'm just going to pop it off of there, plane the back side of it and stick it down. And I think there's one there and maybe one over there. None of them are exactly even, but you don't want to face plant carrying an armload of lasagna or anything. Jeez, oh Pete, what the heck? That's still like a 1/4 inch off. Router. We need the router. Let's not go too far. That's gonna do it, betcha. That's much better. Little edge there, but that's, yeah, we could do a little more. There it is. I'm remembering one of the nuts that's welded onto a piece of the mill. I broke one of those off and I kind of fudged it to hold it together, and a couple times it did come loose. And there's like 2 boards here that are high on one side and not the other side, so I think the mill just like went uneven. Like, it's not too bad though. I think there's another fatty right there. Wasn't quite even side to side, but I think it's gonna be better, much better. Yep, I'm gonna need my hammer. It's under, I'll just take it. A little apprehensive. We're gonna have to pull this apart for any reason. Commit, Ryan, just commit. Okay, we're gonna do it. Gives you the rare opportunity to grip the hammer all the way at the back. There's some squirrely little nails. was starting to get late last night and I still had a lot of nails to pound, so I knocked off. I also started feeling those tendons in my arm. I gotta go with the lighter hammer, I think, which for anybody else would be fine, but for me, I have such bad nail aim. I need like a long, thin stick with a giant plate on the end of it. Just mash them in there. I'm glad I'm gonna get this done this morning because we're gonna have a great storm. A great spring storm. It's supposed to rain 2 inches in less than 2 days, day and a half, and be 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts. So it'd be a great time to hang out in the cabin. But I gotta get these nails in so I can put everything away and like double rock all my tarps, take my pans off the tree and everything. It's gonna be something. Sorry, forgot to brush my teeth. Now we're ready. You guys always wear a helmet when you pound nails? What about when you brush your teeth? It's a must. It's very important. Safety's important. Best earmuffs on these things. Oh yeah, that's a smaller head. Much better though. It also does make a big difference if you use good form swinging a hammer. You don't just go at it. It's all in the wrist. Now I can't help it, I'm thinking about every single hammer blow. There really is. There truly, I'm not joking. There's like a good form for swinging a hammer. You don't think about it, but you just pick it up as really slowly, and then up here it has to come back. If it doesn't come back here, then you can't use the weight of it to really whip it down. No pain at all, and the nail's going faster if you hit them. This works great when you're hammering straight down into the ground because you let the weight of the hammer do the work. If it's up overhead, it's a little different. Good technique. That'll do. Look, it's a kitchen. I mean, you could just throw the table on here, move the kitchen counter crap over here, cook yourself some sketty in style. Oh man, that's not very much of an excuse, is it? Actually, it's not at all, because look, all the edges rounded there. All right, I just have problems. Suck it, you filthy stair lovers. Yeah, maybe that's a bad idea. What if that's better? One step. This is kind of cool. This is like the only place you can stand and see all of camp. It's the cabin, the shower, man cave, lean-to, big fire pit. Little fire pits way back there. And the garage is right there too. Oh yeah, my tent platform's in there too. Tito's tent platform, and then the shooting range is right down there. And the gazebo is Yadaway. You can't see it through the trees, somewhere down there. Before we wrap this up, thought we'd look at our little kitchen drawing, see what's next. It's pretty basic, there's not a whole lot on here. So we figured an L-shaped counter right there. Goes from this corner down, hangs the Louis, and goes to right about here, like the halfway point. And then looking back the other way, we're gonna have to put like a pole there. I think we're probably gonna have to put a pole in the middle, although I don't know, maybe I can figure out how not to do that. Pole there, pole in the back corners, and then that is somehow gonna hold up the roof that slopes that way. And then it looks like we figured to put the picnic table right there, and then this side will be open, and right there should be our wood stove with maybe a little bit of a tiny wall just to block wind and reflect heat right there. Maybe we'll just start by doing the countertop at a whatever height you put a countertop at, and then we can build in underneath it. I think we'd like to be able to fit the coolers underneath there. It'd be kind of neat to make a part of the counter removable, make it like a chopping block, because then you could still take it out of there and wash it if you needed to. If we do a sink, then we have to have a water tower somewhere. I don't know, maybe over there. Pretty tall, because it's going to have to gravity feed down to here to get water pressure. I don't know if maybe we'll do some kind of wall on the back of this, like a backsplash, maybe a foot or something, just to stop the wind from hitting the stove. And then we'll see, you know, all my food tubs from the lean-to come out here, so we gotta have a place for those. Maybe we'll even make this side, we could make some cabinets that go up from there. I don't know. As you might be picking up from this video, there are gonna be some fairly amazing changes coming on pretty soon. It's gonna change things out here for a while, but that's just fine. We take everything out here one day at a time, wake up in the morning, feel things out, think of what you'd like to do for the day. So we might be back building on this next week. We might be doing something different. I don't know. I can almost guarantee if you come back next week or the week after, somewhere down the line we'll be kitchening again. Thanks for watching. Maybe we'll see you. I don't know.